What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sisters. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sisters. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sisters fans, once again, thank you so much, Crystal Lee Naomi, for taking the time to do that promo for my YouTube channel. And guys, make sure you give her a follow on Instagram. She's about 140 people away from 6,000 followers, and I'd love to help her hit that goal by the end of the week. So I will leave a link to her Instagram in the top comment. I'll pin it to the top. Make sure you follow her. She is a sweetheart. And yeah, she is 131 people away from 6,000. So please go follow her on my behalf. And for this video, let's shoot for a goal of 65 likes. 65 likes. And I'm doing this video first for Sisters because people have been asking me about this for the past 3 weeks, but I haven't done it yet. And it's Jeremy, you did a video way back when, and this was before I was reviewing If Loving You Is Wrong, but when I was watching the show on and off, people were asking me, who is your favorite woman on the show? And I chose Alex. I got backlash, but I did an entire video called Why Do I Love Alex So Much? And if you want to know the backstory, you gotta look at the video. Let me put it this way. I was the Randall in the situation. No, she wasn't married, but it's a long story. Anyway, Sisters. So Andy, Danny, Sabrina, or Karen, which one would I choose? Let me be blunt. Each lady, I feel like the show has gotten better as the season went on. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I feel like when the show first started, it was better than The Oval, but then the quality kind of declined for me. Then it kind of got better. Then I stopped watching for a few episodes. Then I just got back into it, and now the show's actually good. Not to say the flaws aren't still there, but it's actually getting better. But in terms of the characters, I feel like we're seeing new layers to the ladies that we didn't get at the beginning. Because I was saying from the get-go, you know, it's a show about 4 women, but for the most part, we really don't see them together all that often outside of a crisis in regards to the friends. But overall, it's like everybody has their favorite. Like, you know, obviously Andy and Karen are closer than, let's say, Andy and Sabrina or Karen and Danny. It's almost like, you know, it's 2 different teams within the same group of people. I mean, this isn't like Living Single, where, you know, you had the 3 girls living in the same apartment and then Max would come over all the time as a freeloading neighbor. But yeah, every time we saw the girls together, it was usually in the midst of a crisis, or somebody's upset at another woman because they feel like they aren't included in terms of the gossip going on. But I think that Danny is the outspoken. Well, honestly, I feel like Danny and Karen are very similar because they're both outspoken in different ways. Like, they both speak their minds, but it's like Karen, I feel like, is more demeaning than Danny, just based off how she talks to Zach. Danny is like the wild child of the bunch, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you know, like, I told you something in a private conversation and then you're gossiping about it. Where Danny doesn't see the issue with that. She feels left out when she's not included in like the serious issues between women because, well, Danny, you run your mouth. So I say that Danny, if I was looking for like a good time, not necessarily sex, but just a good time out with somebody, Danny would be that, you know. Okay, I'm getting a lot of messages about last night's have and have nots, and I just recorded my review, so I'm going to throw my phone on my bed and pray to God I don't break it. Okay, my aim is good. Sorry about the beeping there. So Danny is a hoot. Karen, I feel like, so long as you're on her good side, you're in her good graces, she's not going to demean you. But the idea that she has like a, you know, a F-boy to mess around with, I forgot the dude's name, but it was the guy that came over to her place after she had a falling out with Zach and Aaron. And she literally called him over there just for sex, and he broke it off with her because he's about to get married. So I don't really, that kind of made her less attractive to me. But I do love her accent, though. So that's actually pretty good. And she is sweet. And appreciates a good foot massage, which I'm actually good at. So then aside from that, let's go over to Andy, who was my favorite of the group. But it's like kind of like Karen. She has guys on the side. And she only seems to be with guys so long as she sees a use for them. It's like, oh, I'm attracted to you, but now I'm going to move on to someone else. And she has a tendency to go after guys who aren't available. So me being available, I think my chances with her are slim and none. But I do admire her work ethic. She's very good at what she does. It's like the only area of her life that I have a problem with is her choices of who she goes out with. And then finally, Sabrina, I have to say she's my favorite of the group, but in some ways she does seem a bit superficial because she goes out with somebody, Calvin, because he's attractive. But then it isn't until you start to really get to know him that you question his tendencies, like how he dresses, how he walks, how he looks, the people he interacts with. And because of that, you know, you pretty much put him in embarrassing situations. So Sabrina, I would say, would be my favorite. Like if you told me I had to date only one, it would probably be Sabrina. But I'm going to throw in a wild card. I would say Jasmine. And no, I'm not saying Jasmine just because me and Crystal Lee talk a lot and she did the promo. That has nothing to do with it. It's just the fact that I feel like Jasmine is the freaking victim. And yes, I have a video coming out that I'll record right after this one about, yeah, Jasmine is the victim. I think that honestly, she is a loyal woman. As far as I know, I mean, the people are, you know, the streets are talking like, you know, she might be, you know, messing around with Morris. But I think that, and I could be wrong, guys, I think that she is a bit, you know, high strung and suspicious. But I think that she is a loyal wife, you know, who just wants to have a happy family. And she doesn't like the fact that her and her husband are drifting apart. I mean, they've had therapy or counseling for 3 years, but it just hasn't been working apparently. And it's like Jasmine's trying to hold on to something that isn't really there anymore. But I think that if we knew a bit more about Jasmine, I would be more confident in saying she's my number one. But it's a toss between Sabrina and, okay, if I were looking for stability, Sabrina. If I were looking for, you know, a ride or die, that would probably be Jasmine. So yeah, if we're talking only main cast, Sabrina. If we're talking any female on the show, it would have to be Jasmine. And even though, you know, obviously I'm not into, you know, this person, Maurice is my favorite character just because he's a fun friend. So I think that also that he's also a factor in why I like Sabrina so much, because I feel like, to be completely honest, I think the friendship between Sabrina and Maurice is actually stronger than Sabrina's friendship with her other, you know, girlfriends. I'm just saying. And let me know if you feel the same way. Kind of like how Danny and Zach have a strong bond. And yeah, that actually makes sense. I never thought of it that way. Wow. This is a very deep video. Okay, guys, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What character on Sisters is your favorite? Like in regards to, okay, if you can only go out with one character, who would it be? And I know for the ladies in the comments, you're probably going to be like, okay, Calvin, no, Zach, no, Aaron. So have at it. Let's go for the, okay, since there are 4 women, let's go for 40 likes on this video. I think that's a, you know, a decent number. 40 likes on the video. Make sure you subscribe if you are new. Hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any new content. And once again, please help Crystal Lee Naomi hit 6,000 followers on her Instagram. Thanks so much for tuning in, and get prepared because I got a few more sister videos to do before the episode airs tonight.